And we're back with the exciting, the eccentric episode of the Sounds of Struggle, Triple X.
Porno!
I am the throbbing Chris Parrish.
I am the everlasting hard maniac.
And you guys know, together, we're Strugglelicious, bitch.
And we're a little bit of alright.
And we're a little bit of alright, too. It's a money shot right there.
Right to the mouth.
Woo! Out of nowhere!
Come-tastic.
Come see, come saw.
Yes, I am okay. Thank you for asking.
So, yeah, we've had quite an interesting week.
It's been an interesting time.
First, we want to send our heartfelt condolences to Smith Hart, who tragically passed after battling a hard-fought battle with cancer. So we just want to wish the best and send our condolences to the Hart family.
As well as Dave Semenko. Is that how you say his last name?
Dave Semenko?
Semenko. Man, I'm terrible with words. I've had a few drinks. I apologize. But Dave Semenko also passed away this past week.
Yes.
So condolences to him, his family as well.
And Wayne Gretzky now still is scared of his life because there's no one there to protect him anymore.
He's got McDavid. He's fine.
No. When McDavid fight, he breaks his hand.
But he wins.
Well, when he comes back, he does things, but...
Well, maybe he needs to do that.
Well, I mean, Erie didn't do too well when he wasn't in the lineup.
Yeah, but then they almost won the whole thing.
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
They would have if he never got hurt.
Yeah, they would have, but they lost to someone. I don't know who.
You gotta speak a little louder.
What?
There you go. And, but we're gonna go right to hockey, because, let's face it, July 1 represents free agent frenzy. It wasn't really a frenzy, but...
There was enough.
There were some good signings going on.
Marlowe's a Leaf.
Yeah. After spending a lot of years in San Jose, he's like, you know what? I want to win a Stanley Cup. I'm going to go to Toronto.
Thank you, Toronto Maple Leafs, for retiring another person without a cup.
Yeah.
You bunch of bastards.
All it takes is an idiot from Saskatchewan who can't win a cup in California to go to Toronto.
This is why we can't have nice things, Toronto. This is why you can't have nice things.
I mean, the CFL logic here is between the Argonauts and the Rough Riders, you still suck.
Yes. Who else we got? Pouliot was bought out by the Oilers.
And then signed with Buffalo.
Did he sign with Buffalo?
Yeah.
Oh. Speaking of people who you didn't think would happen, Neil Yakupov, now a Colorado Avalanche.
People you didn't think would happen?
Yeah.
That's the way you wanted to word that one?
That's the way I feel like I can feel my face now.
Okay.
Drinking. Yay.
Drink.
We should put a little disclaimer here. We've had a few drinks before this.
Drinking 316 says we don't know what the fuck is going on.
Drinking 316 says I just got drunk off that ass. Yeah.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah, Kevin Shattenkirk signs a deal with the New York Rangers.
A pretty hefty deal.
Well, you know what? I'm actually surprised that he didn't go all out with the years and everything. But it was only 4 years, I believe. So
Good amount of pay, though.
Oh, yeah, good money. I mean, everybody gets overpaid in free agent frenzy, though.
True. Bonino is now a Predator?
Well, then he also signed with Nashville.
Good call.
Yeah.
Radulov is now a Star, but...
No, he's Russian.
Yeah.
That's his ego talking.
Yeah. And
he also signed in Dallas, by the way.
And Patrick Sharp decided to come back to the Chicago Blackhawks because there's more wives he needs to have sex with.
Yes, Duncan Keith, you might want to put a lock and chain on your own house.
Yeah. You should probably put one of those chastity belts on your wife and your kids.
Whoa. Wait, they didn't sign chairs from Subway. It's just Patrick Sharp, so it's all good.
Yeah, fair enough. But so far, there's a couple pretty key vets who are not signed anywhere.
Okay, before we say that, can I just also say, in 2017, Zach Cassian is a fan favorite in Edmonton, and Sam Gagner is a Vancouver Canuck.
What is real life?
Wasn't it just 5 years ago or less that Sam Gagner was high-sticked by Zach Kassian when Zach Kassian was a member of Vancouver, and he was the most hated guy in Edmonton. And Sam Gagner got more sympathy at Edmonton than, I don't know, Benoit in 04.
Good call.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Yes, I agree. Who else? Before we get into the older guys who are still available, Lack and Murphy are now going to apparently head to, where is it?
Calgary.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, for Kanzig. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, so Eddie Lack and, was it Connor Murphy?
Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy, yeah.
Connor Murphy's now a member of the Blackhawks.
Yeah, that's it. So Ryan Murphy and Eddie Lack were traded to Calgary, where they will become the biggest homos known to men.
Well, I mean, I think it's now just obvious.
Yeah. And their favorite band now is Boys to Men, which is actually very concerning for
Plan.
Or Billy Talent.
Eat a dick.
Well, that's exactly what they'll do.
Dmitry Orlov signed a 6-year, $30 million contract with Washington Capitals.
So he stays in Washington.
Yes. You know who doesn't? Johansson.
Yes, he got traded.
He got traded to the Devils.
Yes.
And he found out through a text or through online or something.
That trade was definitely to make cap space for
for sure.
Burakovsky, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So a couple guys getting paid in Washington, Orlov and Oshie.
Yes.
So.
And Pominville is now back with the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, he got traded there.
As well as Scandella for Ennis and Foligno.
I mean,
that's not a bad trade.
No, I think the big name there is going to Buffalo. Is not Pominville. Is the other guy.
Scandella. Yeah.
Scandella, yeah. So that'll be an interesting trade. I think Buffalo is slowly putting together a good core of young defensemen.
And, hey, remember last episode and the episode before we talked about Marcus Kruger going to Vegas? Well, they traded him. But it's funny because apparently Vegas doesn't want anyone from Chicago, so they immediately traded him to Carolina for a 5th-round draft pick. Actually,
the last time we did the podcast, Marcus Kruger was not traded to Vegas.
No, but I mean, we talked about it last podcast one before about how I thought he was going to go and didn't.
Yep. And then he ended up getting traded to Vegas.
And was there for all of, I think, a day and a half.
Yeah. Well,
so I guess I wasn't technically wrong, just wrong time.
He was there for about the average length of a Eddie Rude match.
There is no way he can go for that long.
Okay, well, neither can Eddie Rude. That's why I'm making fun of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, between the time it takes Maniac and I to drink a 6-pack each,
15 minutes.
Marcus Kruger spent that amount of time in Vegas, where he was traded to Vegas for future consideration and then traded from Vegas to Carolina for a 3rd-round pick. I think it'd be really funny if now Vegas trades Chicago that 3rd-round pick.
It would be pretty funny, actually, yes.
So,
but yeah, it's been pretty interesting for trades and whatnot. It's been what else do we have here? Mark Mathot, he's not going to be the captain of Vegas because he got traded too.
Yeah, minutes after we ended the last week's podcast, we
literally minutes. We walk into 1st round and boom, get the notification.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got traded for Dylan Turd Ferguson and a 2020 2nd-round pick.
I mean, what kind of parents make a middle name Turd?
That guy's.
They are crappy parents.
The New Jersey Devils extended Keith Kincaid's contract for 2 years.
Keith Kincaid, that sounds like a pirate.
Yeah, he's a backup goalie apparently, which is basically the same thing. He's a butt pirate.
Yeah, for the Devils.
Let's see. Do you have any more trades, anything like that, before we get into the...
Not so much hockey. The one thing we're still yet awaiting the gigantic contract extensions for Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid is reportedly going to sign an 8-year, $13
million
.25 annual year contract. So that's about $106 million over 8 years. And then Leon Draisaitl is, I guess, reportedly getting anywhere between 8.5 and 9 a year. So, Yeah.
The other thing, Jumbo Joe Thornton apparently re-signed 1-year deal.
Yes.
That's a thing.
When Marlowe signed with the Toronto Maple Leafs for 3 years, by the way.
3 freaking years. He's finished his career. He's going to get
37 years old, getting a 3-year deal. Good for you.
Yes.
Too bad you're going to Toronto.
Yes.
That allowed San Jose to send a 1-year, $8 million deal to Jumbo Joe Thornton. So,
Do you think he's worth $8 million though?
well, when they have that much cap hit, and I don't know, Joe Thornton is.
He's a good guy, like, in the locker room, all that. But $8 million seems like an awful lot for a guy.
I think it's more because he has the beard.
So it's what, $5 million for the beard and $3 million for him?
I think it's $3 million for him, $3 million for the beard, and $2 million to make sure he doesn't do another body.
Body shaming issue?
Yeah.
Good call.
So.
What else we have? Dynamo Moscow. Remember a few podcasts ago we talked about how that really long, convoluted name for the KHL had a team going for bankruptcy protection, and they might have to lose all their players. Well, Dynamo Moscow officially had that happen. They've officially been dissolved from the KHL, and all their players are now free agents.
Cool. We should, any notables we should hear about?
I didn't check that because I don't care enough. I just think it's funny that Dynamo Moscow, who is a team that Ovechkin played for, now no longer exists.
Way to go, Ovechkin. Way to kill teams.
Yes, you made Dynamo Moscow go the same way as all of your playoff runs.
Yeah.
They're done.
So I didn't know Dynamo Moscow played in Washington. It's so weird.
I know, right? The other news that I wanted to bring up for hockey is there's been 10 teams who apparently are getting fined by the NHL for going over on their cap hit last year.
Edmonton's one of them.
Number 1, let's go from 10 to 1. Number 10, Washington Capitals. They were $50,000 over.
Jerks.
Because of the number. They have one player who was had bonus, which put them over.
How dare your guys overachieve?
The total bonuses they had was $50,000. The amount of space that they went over was $4,978. That's how much they were over. They were just over by one player. Fools. Pittsburgh Penguins were number 9.
That's how much Lumberjack Larry makes in wrestling a year.
Yes. Pittsburgh Penguins were number 9. They were $50,000.
Sorry, 5 years.
So, $50,000 over. It's, to win 2 Stanley Cups back to back, I'd take that. San Jose Sharks were number 8 with $235,000. Detroit was number 7. Clearly did not help them at almost $500,000.
You mean Daniel Cleary didn't help him?
Apparently not.
A dork.
Flames were number 6 at $660,000 over the cap hit.
Come on, Calgary. You guys didn't even win a game in the playoffs.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but your team has won championships.
That's true.
Yeah.
Edmonton Oilers, number 5.
Yeah, that's right.
$825,000 over.
There you go. Now that's the way you debate.
Probably a lot of that was Leon Draisaitl.
No way, man.
There's two players that were over that earned bonuses, which for a total of $4.5 million, which put them $825,000.
Yeah, Leon Draisaitl finishing 10th in scoring really
definitely helped.
Yeah.
Philadelphia was number 4. They were just over $1 million over budget. Number 3 is Arizona Coyotes of all teams.
Well, that's because they took a lot of contracts.
They were just shy of $2.5 million over. Number 2 is my Chicago Blackhawks. They were $3.558 million over.
Yeah, I blame Panarin for all that, and that's why you guys got rid of them.
That's exactly why.
There you go.
And number 1, drum roll, the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, because everyone
$5.37 million over their cap hit. Wow. Just wow.
Yeah. Way to go. Yeah. You guys can't do anything right in Toronto. At all.
Yeah, apparently not.
You are legitimate jokes in the National Hockey League.
So what do? You bring in a guy worth several $1 million over the next 3 years who is older and probably shouldn't get paid that much. But hey, there's some experience for you that'll help you not win cups.
Yeah. We need someone from Anorak, Saskatchewan to help us put us through to the next round.
Yeah, sure. That's all I have for hockey.
Ilya Kovalchuk also is staying in the KHL this year. Why? Because nobody fucking wants him.
Yes.
And New Jersey Devils also don't want him. And Kovalchuk doesn't want to play there. So New Jersey has to trade him away. But guess what? Nobody really wants him.
Yeah. I feel like the Dallas Stars actually came out the best out of all these signings and trades that's coming up.
They did. They made a lot of moves, especially on their defensive end. Even with goaltending, they made some changes that should help benefit them. Very curious to see how that's going to help.
Yeah.
The Stars seem to be aligning in the Dallas area.
In the heart of Texas.
Yeah. Everything's bigger in Texas, including their payroll and dreams for the NHL 2017-18 season.
Yes, indeed. Shall we go to, what do you want, baseball? Boxing?
Okay, well, we'll spend the 30 seconds on boxing.
Pacquiao lost his, I believe, welterweight title to a horny guy?
In controversial fashion, apparently.
Apparently it wasn't as controversial as the last time he lost to some other guy, which was not Mayweather, apparently, but someone else. But
No.
I guess his last several fights that he's lost have been fairly controversial.
Can we just say this? Boxing is a joke only because the main fights that are supposed to be the money-making fights always become some of the most boring fights in the world, and not one of those fighters are actually trying to fucking win the fight.
I would say all that, but...
That's why they all go to the 12th round.
I would say all that, but I got lost halfway through, so you're going to have to start over.
Yeah.
Boxing is a joke. That's all I got from that.
In my best Cody Rhodes imitation, fuck the boxing.
Fuck trying to get boxing revived. Oh. Etc. Anyways. Batista hit his 900 RBI today.
And Jose Bautista.
And they won 4-1, which is a nice change of pace.
Yeah, but what does it all mean, Basil?
That they're like 4 games back of 500?
No, they're like 10 actually.
Wow, that's even worse than I thought.
Yeah, they're not a little bit of all right. They're
a little bit of subpar right
They're
now.
a lot of
They're
what the
up.
fuck are you guys doing?
Up. Also, Stroman left the game versus the Yankees due to a blister on his throwing hand.
Yep, and then later suggested that the MLB are juicing their balls.
Does that mean that they're putting steroids in their testicles?
I don't know. I just know that it's funny, and apparently Mr. Price off the Boston Red Sox is thinking the same thing.
Juicing their balls. It means either one of two things in my eyes. Either they're injecting steroids into their testicles, or they're putting their testicles through a juicer and drinking it. Either way, no thank you.
All I know is that Stroman reportedly said that a lot of pitchers nowadays who have not had history of getting blisters are now getting blisters, and that you see a lot of extra hits come out of this as a result.
So the ball's slightly bigger, I guess?
I don't know. All I know is there seems to be a lot of complaining in baseball right now.
You know what, Stroman? How about you call in and tell us about it? I'll put you on my phone here. Just slide into my DM. You know where to get me, and we'll talk about this. We'll get the word out. We're Tag Struggle. We're pretty influential.
Speaking of DMs, Kenny Omega, you should clean yours out.
Yeah, that was something. It was a little bit of all right, to be honest.
Well, you know.
Also, speaking of Kenny Omega, new IWGP United States champion.
Yes.
First ever. Good for him. Amazing how today, being the 4th of July, Independence Day, the biggest two companies in the world, in my eyes, both have United States champions who are Canadian.
Yep.
That's a little bit of all right.
I mean, what can you say? Canada's the new America?
I fucking hope not.
Well, I mean, it's better than the other way around.
No, I'd rather America be the new Canada. Because at least they wouldn't be shit.
I don't know, because,
What do you want, Disney World?
it's better than Trudeau. He doesn't even remember Alberta.
Yes, he sucks big lady balls, but...
No, he doesn't even suck big lady balls. He blows the big lady's trombone.
Ew.
And he can't even carry a tune either. It's pretty
Embarrassing.
underwhelming.
You know who else really sucks? LeVar Ball.
Yeah.
That whole segment was fucking stupid.
It was quite funny, though.
It was funny, but it was absolutely embarrassing.
The best part of that whole thing is WWE sends out Dean Ambrose to rail a train wreck
Re-rail.
while watching this train wreck happen and loving every minute of it.
Yes.
Because Dean Ambrose loves it when a plan does not come together.
Yes, you could tell he didn't want to stop that. He enjoyed that. But that entire family, a bunch of goobers. I hope nothing but bad things happen to him.
And then speaking of Miz TV, The Miz also made a headline of sorts this past Monday when he wrestled in his dress pants and ripped his pants wide open.
From ball sack to the tip of the ass crack.
Yeah, so Houston, we have a problem.
Indeed.
The Miz hole is exposed.
Yes. I wish she was. Oh, you're not talking about Maurice, sorry. Okay. Oh, yeah.
No. No, I'm not.
No. What else happened in the last little while? Epico and Primo are apparently asked for their release.
Apparently the Colons are looking for the end.
Good segue.
Yeah. Yeah. We go from a butthole to colons. Terrific.
Great.
A little bit of congratulations to Carmella, who has become officially the Miss Money in the Bank winner again.
The only woman to ever win it twice, but only officially hold it once.
Also, you're wrong on Talking Smack when you said you were the first superstar to win it twice. CM Punk did it, regardless of if WWE wants to mention CM Punk.
And technically, although it wasn't in a match, like in the Money in the Bank ladder match, technically Edge did too, because he won it from Mr. Kennedy, because Mr. Kennedy was hurt.
No, so
technically there are two.
Yeah, either way.
Carmella, get your shit together. Come on, you're better than that.
If you're fabulous, why are you so stupid?
Because she's too busy being fabulous. Fabulous!
By the way, thank you to WWE for shortening her entrance theme song to make it a little less boring. Still sucks, but it's a little less boring.
Yes. I agree.
Even though, Carmella, your promos lately have been awesome.
Indubitably.
Speaking of good promos, Enzo Amore on Monday Night Raw to
Killed it! Actually, him and then the segments between Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar. They make me actually excited for this coming Sunday and Great Balls of Fire.
Great Balls of Fire!
Great Balls of Semen!
Which I love.
Fire.
Dean Ambrose being on commentary making fun of Great Balls of Fire.
As much as he could, which was a little bit of alright.
It was hilarious.
You know what? I'm actually going to pull up Great Balls of Fire right now, and we're going to see who all, matches-wise, are going to be on it.
Well, first off, it's Samoa Joe against Brock Lesnar for the Universal title.
Yes.
And then we have for the Raw Women's title, we have Sasha Banks against Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
For the Intercontinental title, we have The Miz against Dean Ambrose.
Yes.
We have a 30-minute Iron Man match for the tag titles between Sheamus and Cesaro and the Hardy Boys.
Yes.
In an ambulance match, we have Roman Reigns against Braun Strowman.
Yes.
I know. In the kickoff pre-show, we have the Cruiserweight title between Tozawa and Neville.
With Titus O'Neil.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah, whatever. So why don't we start going through right now?
And then we also have Elias Sampson against Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt against Seth Rollins. Now tell me I did not just nail them all.
Besides the Elias Sampson one, which is not on here, yes, you got them all. So let's start here. Okay. Neville is the champion on Neville level.
I think he's going to
retain. Versus Tozawa, I agree. Even with Titus O'Neil in his corner, I agree. Side note, it seems like, what's the other guy in that group?
Apollo Crews?
Yeah, he seems like he's finally buying into that, eh?
Oh, yeah. By the way, Apollo Crews, killer match against Braun Strowman. And
I particularly like the
failed backflip to where he got kicked the fuck off.
Yeah, that was a bit of friggin' alright there, Matt.
Yep. I just love it that WWE is finally using Apollo Crews in a position where it makes him look like a star.
Not like a goober.
Apollo Crews is not only a very quick, agile athlete, but he's also a freak of nature in the strength department. I think he shined a lot with Braun Strowman, who is also putting himself in a gigantic position to become a face of Monday Night Raw.
Also, on that note, congratulations to Apollo Crews for becoming a father. For the second time, I believe.
Nope, he's...
First time?
Yep, still the first time.
First time, yeah.
You're about 3 weeks late, but yeah, good job.
The first I heard of it was this last Monday.
We also haven't watched Raw a lot lately.
I really haven't. As everyone knows, Mrs. Maniac has been away on vacation, therefore I have been vacationing myself. And I am very sad to report I'm officially down to my last 2-4 of Coors Light. It's been a little bit of not alright. We're getting close to the wire here.
Mrs. Maniac, you need to buy Mr. Maniac some more Coors Light.
When I pick you up at midnight tonight, I will suggest that. Because there are places that are still open.
Get on it!
Yes. Let's see. Next match listed on here is Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily care who wins this. This is going to be a good match. I think Brock Lesnar is going to retain.
You know what? I want this to continue.
Yeah, I think Brock Lesnar is going to retain, but I like this so far. I've loved it. It's been one of the few things that I'm like, you know what? This is making me want to tune in.
You know what? I would not mind if Samoa Joe or Brock Lesnar won by disqualification and all this stuff continues throughout SummerSlam.
I'd be okay with that, for sure. Next one's Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. I'm really hoping Braun Strowman wins and starts some sort of...
I'm actually hoping this also continues because...
This actually has been pretty good, too.
This, I think, is one of my favorite Roman Reigns' feuds in the longest of times. Of all the times.
Of all the times.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I agree on that. And I'd be okay if this continued on, too, into some sort of scaffold of death match with New Jack as a referee stabbing both of them.
I mean, just... You know what? Throw these guys in a Hell in a Cell and just let them do whatever they want.
Let them give each other pertinent back touches in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. I'm actually kind of excited for this one, too. Not a lot, but a little bit.
I can tell you're very erect right now.
Fully aroused at 1.5 inches.
Yeah. Legit.
Boss.
That's your little Miss Bliss right there.
Yeah, it is. I'm hoping Bliss retains this one. I'm not a huge fan of Sasha Banks.
Well, I can tell you do.
Yes. I'm not a huge fan of Sasha Banks. She's alright, but...
Moving on.
Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt. This is another one where, you know what? I don't really care who wins.
I want to see Bray Wyatt win on this one, only because I want to see this develop a little bit more. I also think this feud has been very much on the underlay because of everything else going on.
True.
So I would like to see this get a little bit more time on Raw and a little bit more time developing.
I agree with that. Enzo versus Big Cass.
One and done, I think, on this match.
I want Big Cass to destroy him. Don't get me wrong, I love Enzo's promos, but his in-ring work is just subpar. And I just want to see them start to push Big Cass.
If anybody watched the backstage segment between these two after the promo to kick it off, Enzo really brought a fire that I've not seen in a very long time.
That is true. And you know what? He could surprise me.
I think this match has a possibility of being one of those. Wow, this is a lot. This is a lot better than I thought it was.
Yeah,
I want to see more kind of a match.
Well, I'm still going to root for Big Cass because Enzo he's all talk, literally and figuratively. But you know what? I'll go with an open mind. The Miz, who's the champ, with Maurice, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel.
The Miz Farage.
Miz Fitz would be better. But what do I know?
I think both names suck, to be honest. I think there should be a name for them that has nothing to do with Miz.
The cocksuckers! We'll put it on the table for now?
I'm going to give it a hard no.
Okay.
But it's very hard.
Very hard, yes. Okay. Anyways, The Miz versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. This one, I mean, I've never been disappointed by the matches these two have, so...
You know what? I'm going to say I want The Miz to retain only because I want to see him and Slater, and I want to see Dean Ambrose...
Fuck right off?
I wouldn't... I kind of want to see a transition with Dean Ambrose, whether...
Back to the Shield?
Not so much in the
club?
Not so much into the Shield. It's so much I just want to see Ambrose and somebody else. Maybe I want to see Dean Ambrose maybe kind of hint to the dark side, maybe.
The force is strong with that one.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that. And you also said something about Elias Sampson versus Finn Balor?
Yeah, that's been teased pretty much. I think...
You know what? If they do it, I'd be okay, because actually I kind of like how Finn Balor actually is making him relevant.
Well, I think Elias Sampson, I think if you look at his... Just look at him.
Just look at it!
Just take his
dick
gimmick away of him singing and all that. Tell me that doesn't have a little bit of remnants of Macho Man right there in his look and everything.
I would say a mixture of that and kind of Damian Sandow. It kind of looks like him too.
He, I think, is an untapped talent right now on Monday Night Raw that I think, give him a year or two, he's going to really flourish him to a very, very potential star.
I'll go one further. Finn Balor, I challenge you to tap him in the ring. Tap him good. Tap him hard.
Tap him on his guitar.
Yes.
Pull his strings.
Yes. Put your fingers on his frets.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last match, which I'm going to call something here, is Sheamus and Cesaro, The Bar, which we need to go back to after a bar.
Yeah.
Versus the Hardy Boys. I'm predicting...
They don't raise the bar. They are the bar.
Oh!
We don't raise the bar.
We just drink at it.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a prediction here that the Revival is going to come out and cost the Hardy Boys the title.
Okay, I'm just going to put this out. SummerSlam, Fatal 4-Way, those two teams with the Revival, with the Good Brothers, has to happen.
That'd be awesome.
Because these four teams need to be circled around the tag titles. I am very impressed with how Sheamus and Cesaro have come together and formed this tag team, and I very much am a fan of them.
Yep. Actually, now that they've turned heel, especially, yes.
Also, reportedly, Matt Hardy is very close to winning his lawsuit and bringing the Broken Universe to the WWE Universe.
Which is why I think the Revival cost him, and that turns them.
I think the potential of the Hardy Boys losing and then needing to find something within to bring them back could be the reason we see the broken brilliance of the Hardys, of Brother Nero.
And broken Matt Hardy.
Yeah. So,
yes, I agree.
It would be wonderful.
Glorious, even.
That's NXT.
Well, have him join. No. Or fight each other. That'd be cool, too.
Nah, you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing Bray Wyatt and Broken Matt in some...
Turns out their compounds are actually, back-to-back. We didn't realize it.
I really, really still like the idea of Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy's compound being one and the same, or being more together than we thought, because everyone's looking at the potential Broken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. But what happens if Broken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt were always together without any explanation?
They always seem to be at the same place, same time?
Just kind of, it's one of those where they're more intertwined than we thought. I think that'd just be a different spin and a little bit more interesting, that perhaps the Bray Wyatt compound is, in fact, the Broken compound as well.
They're just on opposite ends and don't realize it.
Instead of being against each other, what happens if they've always been with each other?
Turns out the Hardys are actually two of the sheeple, as they called them.
What happens if Reba Sky is Sister Abigail. Or Reba Hardy, sorry, is Sister Abigail.
Well, that would make me a little bit of wet. I would be wet in the loins. Speaking of women in wrestling,
yes,
Stephanie McMahon was named one of the most powerful women in sports.
Yep.
That makes me a little dry in the loins. Because I don't care. Not at all. Not even a little bit. But good for her, I guess. Hey, that's cool. Tyson Kidd has offered a non-wrestling role with WWE, which I would assume probably a producer or a booker or something like that. It's good for him, man.
You know what? As someone who's had a lot of conversation with TJ Wilson, I'm very happy that he is staying with the WWE in a capacity where his mind gets to
flourish.
Exactly, just with the company. He's always been one of the more creative minds that the WWE had, especially for the new age that WWE seems to be going into. So I'm just very happy that he, has found a niche, somewhat of what I hope Daniel Bryan one day will do as well. But
I'd actually be okay with one or both of them also doing training at the Performance Center as well.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, we've seen the episode of Total Bellas where, Daniel Bryan was, pushed in that kind of thought process and how
actually, to be fair, I've never seen a single episode of Total Bellas.
But it's not so much a trainer, but I do believe that their minds and then their talents should be pushed towards younger talent moving up. So. I'm very happy that they have the chance to do so. The same way with, the Adam Pearces, the Jimmy Jacobs. Very happy for all those guys.
Yes. You know what else makes me really happy?
Beer?
Well, that too. But if you happen to go to whatamaneuver.net and you order our t-shirts...
We can get beer there?
I drink beer while going on it. But, yeah.
Interesting.
But you can get t-shirts, or you can get sweaters, or tank tops... baby onesies of vintage OWE or
what?
Or the Struggle versus Everybody.
You gotta slap my face. I can't believe that. I believe it now.
Good. That is good.
I am going to whatamaneuver.net so I can get all my vintage One World Empire and Tag Struggle gear right now.
Hooray! And while you're doing that, I can also tell them that as you do that, you can also listen to the Sounds of Struggle episodes 1 to Triple X, which, by the way, Triple X, who's your favorite star?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I was going to say Ice Cube. Anyways,
apparently we're all about the BBC.
Yeah, we are.
So,
and while you're doing that...
Whoa, can I also add Sunny?
Well, what would C stand for? Like, see you next Tuesday?
Yeah, pretty much. No, it's more of a segue to say Sunny's been hospitalized once again.
Really?
Which apparently looked like she got beat up. I'm going to say...
Are you sure that wasn't just her filming a porn and taking a big black dick?
No, she showed herself with... it looked like blood drenched in the hair and then bruises all over. I'm going to say two things. One, I'm not an advocate for people beating up women, but I am an advocate for Sunny getting hers. So I hope a chick beat up Sunny and no dude ever hits a girl.
Are we sure it just wasn't her miscommunicated and she gigged during a porn scene?
She may have been, took the money shot and fell off the bed, but I mean...
I bet you anything she took the money shot and then gigged. Still in wrestling. It's her own damn fault. It's everywhere!
Phineas Godwin gave her a slop drop that no one saw coming.
Now that's a porno I would not watch.
And then accidentally hit her in the bucket.
In the tits. Moving on. So, while you're buying all of our gear and laughing at all our stupid shit, you can listen to us on our podcast at iTunes, Google Play, or perhaps Podbean. Listen to episodes 1 to Triple X. And if you don't have that, but you want to sample this, go on to YouTube, onto Edmonton Sports Podcast Network. There, you can listen to us one at a time. So check us out on all of those apps and other things of that nature at Edmonton Sports Podcast Network. You'll have us. you'll have other things that are not quite as great, that are pretty much like taking a gig after a money shot. But I mean, to each their own.
You won't find a quick calls from July 1 MPW, though.
Speaking of which, shall we talk about July 1 on MPW? Canada Day.
Yeah, we could talk about Chris Parrish beating up the Lumberjack loser.
Yeah, and then him costing me the heavyweight title.
Yeah, what a...
Speaking of which, thank you, MPW management, for giving me a title rematch. A damn near year to the day later. That's just timing right there, folks. That's them being on the ball.
Yeah.
Year to the goddamn day.
Wait, you didn't lose the title on July 1?
No, it was like July 3rd. Point is, it took me almost a year to have my rematch. That's embarrassing.
Lumberjack Larry, what we're going to promise is come August 5th.
5! Half of 10.
At the first ever Renegade Memorial Tag Team Tournament, Tag Struggle is going to make sure that Epic Wood is not only broken,
But broke dead.
but beaten. But we're also going to make sure that we shove all of the 2x4s up your ass. Sorry, eh?
And it won't be epic. At all. Well, it will be for us,
Yeah.
but...
Oh. It'll be strugglicious, though.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right here. We will repeat, just like the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah.
We are the Pittsburgh Penguins of the tag team tournament.
We are the Pittsburgh Penguins of Monster Pro Wrestling, because when it comes down to the tag team tournament, whether it's called the tag team tournament or if it's called the Renegade Memorial Tag Team Tournament, Tag Struggle is always going to win, because I am going to make sure that we repeat, just like I know you are going to make sure we repeat, and then Sean Martin is going to make sure that we three-peat.
Three-peat.
Well, he's going to make sure that I three-peat, because it'll be the third time I've...
Exactly. He's going to make sure I repeat, make sure he firsts.
Yeah.
So, I guess...
It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
There
I
you
guess
go.
that means that you are Crosby, I'm Malkin, and I get... Do you want him to be... What, Kunitz? No, he can't be Kunitz. Kunitz is not there. Speaking of which, Kunitz got traded.
No, he signed with Tampa Bay.
Whatever. Point is, he's not there. So, should he be Gunzel? He's the new guy. He's staying, right?
Well, how about I'd be the Taze, you'd be the Sharp, he would be the Panarin?
But that means he's leaving, and I just came back.
And then you...
Let me be Kane. I want to touch people inappropriately and beat up cab drivers.
But Kane also had 3, so... Okay, so you're Crawford.
I could be Brandon Saad. He's got 2.
But he also came back.
Well, I just took a month off, so there I came back. There it is.
Could also be Brian Campbell. Actually, no, he only won
he
one.
only has 1.
Yeah.
He could be Brian Campbell.
One ring.
He could be Soupy.
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 Tomato.
I'm going to break real quick from wrestling, and first ever Maniac MD Award of Excellence.
Da-na-na-na. Which we want to send out a late happy birthday to Bret Hitman Hart,
He's not the winner, but happy birthday to him.
who unfortunately also had his brother's passing on the same day.
Talk about deflating your sales. That's the real deflate gate. Anyway.
And the award goes to...
The first ever Maniac MD Award of Excellence on this Sounds of Struggle podcast goes to First Round, both downtown and West Edmonton locations. First Round. They take care of us because Tag Struggle is real and spectacular. So, congratulations, First Round. You win. You win a crisp and hearty high five and our continued business. And that's a little bit of all right.
Very, very well-deserved first round.
Speaking of which, the post-struggle party after the show, a little bit of all right at First Round.
Yeah!
And then continued on at my struggle shanty.
Yep.
It's a good time.
At the, tag...
The other thing I wanted to throw is that Lumberjack Larry came out and cost me the match, as did Massive Damage. You two will be both swiftly dealt with in an orderly fashion.
Yeah, August 5. We will massively lumberjack you off.
I'm okay with that. I am definitely okay with that. I thoroughly enjoyed coming out, wearing a bunch of Canada stuff, having people cheer for me, and then dropping an elbow on the Canadian flag. It was a little bit of all right.
Yeah, who cares about 150 years, really?
It's 150 years of struggles.
Yeah, you're old, you can't drive, and you need, you have probably giant cataracts. You're not attractive anymore. Like, come on.
And the deck.
I mean, take some pride in your appearance.
But not Jack Pride, because he has no pride. Except for gay pride. But anyways.
You know what? It was gay pride. And we should ask how he was doing, but we also don't care, so.
Exactly. Punjabi prison match is going to be a thing again.
Hell yeah!
I'm actually kind of looking forward to it.
You're looking forward to it? You should feel my nipples.
Wow, those are nice.
I know. I work out.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Work out drinking beer.
I make sure every time I go to the gym, I make sure I give about 20 minutes on my nips. Yeah.
Nipple clamps for the win!
You know what? Real men do them. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yes, I do. Speaking of real men, Gunner made an NXT appearance working under his shoot name, Chad Lale.
I think they need to rename him.
Yeah. They name him Chad Rail.
Like Shooter.
So he can rail guys.
How about Shooter McGavin?
Or Johnny Whiplash.
Or Kenny Dull.
Yeah. This just in, NXT folded.
Yeah. Boys of Summer at it again.
Bunch of dicks. The only other thing I have is Impact Wrestling will be rebranded as Global Force Wrestling Impact Wrestling.
Yeah. Did you hear that at Slammiversary, Paige was sitting ringside dressed in a lucha mask?
Yes, did you also hear apparently they broke up? I don't know if they're back together or not, but quite frankly, don't give a fuck.
No. Is it just me, or do you think Paige has got incredibly less attractive over the years?
Well, she's with Del Rio, so spicy taco not so fun now. Speaking of which,
senor.
Alberto El Patron, a.k.a. Alberto Del Rio, is now the new unified Impact Global Force Wrestling fucking howdy doody.
El Champion?
El Champion, say hi, how's she going to your mother?
How's she going? Eh?
Exactly.
See.
So that's what they have going for them, I guess.
Lucha.
I'm going to be honest, like, when he was the champ of anything else, I was bored of him. Like, he just does the same thing all the time.
Yes, but did you apparently hear the Impact spoiler?
No. What's the Impact spoiler?
He's
very impactful?
He joined LAX.
I've heard they've been a bunch of communists, so I'm okay with that.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing how that unfolded.
Yeah, I would be too.
But then again, I'm not also going to watch Impact, because, you know what, I have better things to do. Like, not watching Impact.
Yeah. I think I actually have the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure I got the Fight Network so I can watch Impact and Ring of Honor and New Japan, and I don't watch any of them. And I'm probably going to get rid of that channel.
Yeah.
It's not because I don't want to watch them, it's just because I already have so much goddamn wrestling to watch with NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. I just want to have time for more.
You don't watch Raw.
That's the problem. If I don't watch the stuff that I should and can watch, how the hell am I going to watch the other stuff?
Well, the other stuff aren't 3 hours like Raw.
That's true. New Japan and the Ring of Honor are usually about an hour. I really should start actually watching them.
Also, a shout out to PVR. Thank you for allowing us to forward through long shit.
Yes, as well as TiVo. Even though you're not around anymore, you paved the way. You glorious son of a bitch.
And Napster, because without you...
We wouldn't have without you, Lars Ulrich wouldn't be as angry.
And because of that, we wouldn't have got more Metallica music. So for that, we thank you, Napster.
Speaking of which, Queens of Stone Age have a new album coming out. End of the year. Or end of the summer. I'm excited for that.
That only interests you.
I know, because you're a cocksucker!
No. Not at all. Just don't like them.
You don't like anything I like. Why aren't we friends anymore? We should hang out more, but we never do.
I'd like Billy if he actually had talent.
Oh, Billy! Do you have anything else?
This segment is brought to you by guys randomly punching themselves in the balls in bathrooms at Lethbridge Wrestling Show.
Ah!
We endorse you.
Well, as much as can be endorsed.
Yeah.
I'm out of stuff to talk about and want to go drink more because my buzz is coming down.
Buzz.
Buzz.
Buzz Lightyear.
To infinity and get off my dick.
To infinity and get drunk.
Yes.
So this wraps up, episode XXX of the Sounds of Struggle. And gets us here, wraps up, like a condom.
What the fuck's a condom?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It's like a diaper dam, right? But for your
dental dam. For your dick.
Yeah. Oh, what has this world got to?
Oh, because it hasn't been said in an episode or two, Mike the Ref. Fuck you.
Yeah, coming from the running wonders over here.
Yeah, we definitely did that. Awkward silence.
Yeah, we silverbacked that running.
Yeah, we did.
Woo! So this has been episode XXX of the Sounds of Struggle.
Tune in next week for another episode where we're going to talk about basically more of the same.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I'm Chris Parrish.
And I am Maniac.
And we're 2/3 of the MPW Tag Team Champions. We're also 2/3 of Tag Struggle.
And we're also 2/3 of the 1/3 that is the CWC champion.
Yeah, and we're also 2/3 of the GDW Tag Team Champions.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. It happened.
It's a thing.
We are Tag Struggle.
We are
a little bit of alright.
Struggle is bitch.
Yeah, biatch.
Biatch.
And we are real.
But more importantly, we are
spectacular! Later, bitches.
When your heart's pounding out of your chest, you can feel the rope shaking as you're running out of breath. If you're ready to rock, we'll just let it